Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Shirobako episode 8, I believe. It's either 8 or 9, something like that. But anyways, gotta tell you, when this episode first started, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, but it actually was. There was actually some pretty good things in it, I think. Okay, there's that Ochiai chick, that black-haired chick who, like, in the last episode or the episode before that, don't remember which one for sure. She was really like depressed about her skills and whatnot, and she had a conversation with Miyamori in that episode, but that didn't really seem to help her that much. But that was my favorite part about that episode, if I recall correctly. So in this episode, we get a lot with her again, and this time there's what's her name, Iguchi. I'm guessing Iguchi's like working in the same field as her, but is like her superior or something like that, or maybe she's just another co-worker who's just more skilled, who knows, well, with a lot more experience, obviously. And the two of them really have some pretty nice scenes in this episode, okay, where Iguchi's really trying to help Ochiai out and basically get her out of this rut, because Ochiai is still depressed about her skills. She doesn't think she'll make the cut. She doesn't think she's that good. And this is something that I would imagine that most, if not all, like first timers in this field would really go through. You know, when they're surrounded by so many people with so much more experience than them and so much talent. Okay, and then they're brand new at it, and they don't think they're nearly as good as their coworkers are. You know what I mean? And I mean, well, she's a better drawer than me, but that's because, but that's probably why she got in to it to begin with. Whether she stays there or not, all depends on if she's able to get a lot better. But still, by the end of this episode, thankfully, she did seem to be a lot better with her like self-esteem and whatnot. All thanks to Iguchi, and those were definitely my favorite scenes in the episode. Other than that, another theme that's tackled in this episode is really not, it doesn't have to do with the series in general, but it has to do with the some of the different dreams that these characters have, which surprisingly enough isn't getting into animation. Why you would get into animation when you want to do something else is beyond me, because animation is not easy, but still, I guess, whatever. So that one, I forget what his name is, that one like kid who's always making his coworkers angry and whatnot. Apparently he wants to be an not animation director, he wants to be a general director. Okay, the current animation director guy wants to be a baker. Okay. That makes no sense because he's in animation, but whatever. I believe that there were some others mentioned in this episode too. I don't remember what each one of them are, but that's another thing that's tackled in this episode. Again, it doesn't really have anything to do with what this series is about in general, but at least not so far. It doesn't seem to, but it was still pretty good, I think. But my favorite scenes in this episode by far were the ones with Iguchi and Ochiai. Definitely. Okay, so overall, I thought this was a pretty good episode. I don't think it was the best in the series so far. I really hope that within the next few episodes they really get back on track and onto perfectly discussing exactly what, the themes in the series, okay? Because they're not doing that the greatest anymore, I don't think, which is kind of disappointing. Even though this episode was pretty good, I thought so. Tell me your thoughts about this episode in the comment section below. I don't really have any major complaints with it, except for all the other scenes I didn't talk about. I didn't like it all. I'm going to say it right here, and that was probably half the episode, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, if you get to see this week's episode of Shirobako, then I kind of recommend that you do. It was a pretty decent episode. Okay, and I can't wait for next week's episode, because the series I do think is genuinely good when it's actually focusing on the characters and their dilemmas within two things. One, the characters and their dilemmas within being in this whole anime business and whatnot. And two, a lot of the natural trials and tribulations animation studios might actually go through in Japan. Okay, so anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. That's you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.